Let me know when we want on both platforms.
YouTube is good. Facebook is good too.
To what?
Content.
Shalom, Israel. Will I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West on 5th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA, and since 1960, truth that according to the Bible, the Black, Hispanic, and Native, we are the children of Israel. Understand? And it's Wednesday law classes. Clap it up. Most High in Christ. Okay, today's topic will be that our topic for today is that interracial marriage is not permitted amongst Black, Hispanic, and Natives. That's right, we said it. Interracial marriage is against the Most High God. It is a sin for a Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indian to go outside their nation and mingle and make a relationship and make marriage with another race. You understand? A race of people that the Most High told you that hated you. You understand? A group of a race of people that told you that they would plot to destroy you and to remove the name of Israel so that you will be no more in remembrance. You understand? We got to remember what the Most High said in Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Let's get that real quick. Oh, good sure. Let's start off with that scripture. Zephaniah chapter 2 and 1. We're going to understand why the Most High God does not want us to have a marriage, interracial relationship with the other nations. You understand? Because it is a sin against the Most High. Right. But mainly because they hate us. They don't desire us. If a nation that doesn't desire you, what makes you think that they would desire your God, your culture, your heritage, your way of living that the Most High gave you, Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indian man? You got that?
Is Zephaniah or Zechariah?
Zephaniah 2 and 1.
Zephaniah 2.
Come, Bible, show you that scripture.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Read.
Gather yourselves together.
This is the Most High instructions. Here carefully, Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians, over and over and over again, the Most High pleaded with us to read that again.
Gather yourselves together.
To gather ourselves together. We are divided. You understand? We are divided because what? Of religion. We're divided because we got one sect of our nation in Christianity. We're divided because we got one sect of our nation in Catholic. You understand? Buddhism, Scientology, Egyptology. You understand? We're divided because we don't know who we are as a nation.
Right.
You understand? Read that again.
Come. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desire.
We have to gather ourselves together. We have to gather ourselves together because we've been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. But mainly because of our disobedience to the Most High God. So out of the punishment, you understand, he broke up our nation. We are divided. That's why we don't know. That's why Blacks don't like Hispanics. That's why Hispanics don't like Native North American Indians. You understand what I'm saying? That's why you have Mexicans don't like the Puerto Ricans. You have Puerto Ricans that don't like the Haitians. Haitians that don't like the Negroes, etc., etc. You understand? We call that tribal warfare. You understand? Because the Most High told us to gather ourselves together. Mainly also because of what we've been taught by our history class. You understand how the white man divided us. You understand, to make us hate each other through this world's culture and philosophies. Read on.
Verse 2.
Yo, read that again.
Come. Mm-hmm. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation.
O what?
O nation.
Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians, for one, is a what?
Nation.
We are a nation, the nation of Israel. You understand? Whether you're from the tribe of Judah all the way down to the tribe of I.S.U.P.K, we make up, the 12 tribes make up a nation. We are a nation, a group of people. Read on.
Not desired.
Not what?
Not desired.
You know, we are loved.
Not desired.
We're cared for.
Not desired.
We've been showing mercy.
Not desired.
Compassion.
not desired.
We are not desired, Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians.
Right.
It's right there in the Bible. And most I said that we are a nation not desired. We are not a nation that's desired amongst the other nations. How we know that? A sister cannot go inside a Korean hair salon without getting beat up.
Right.
Every time you go into a hair salon, Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indian sister, they assume that you're stealing. You understand? Or if you have some type of disagreement because they did your hair or nails done correctly, you understand? They want to fight you. We are not desired. You understand? Black man, Hispanic man, Native North American Indian man, we are not desired in our own streets, in our own neighborhoods. Ghettos, slums, reservation, and barrios. You understand? We are stopped, harassed, tased, shot, and murdered. You understand? This is a country that we live in that we are not desired. Hell, slavery alone teaches you that we wasn't desired. How they did horrific acts of cruelty towards us. You understand? Men, women of old and young. We're not desired, no matter where you live in. You could live in New York, you could live in you could be in the UK, you could be in Chicago, Texas, Puerto Rico. It doesn't matter. As long as you're Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indian, you are not desired by your oppressors. You understand? Drop that. Give me Genesis. You're going to go back to Genesis chapter 6, verse 1. And we're going to teach you that the Most High God is against interracial marriage. What do you think that the flood was during the Noah's time? You understand? That flood was created, you understand? Because the Most High is against interracial marriage. But being that your Christian pastor doesn't know the Bible, he's not going to even, first of all, he doesn't even know that. You understand? He just reads this scripture like it's like it's a fairy tale. He don't understand the magnitude and why the Most High had to destroy the what's on the earth like he did during the time of Noah when he created the flood. Right. It was due because of interracial marriage. And we're going to break it down. Read Genesis chapter 6, verse 1, Baba Shah.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 1. Mm-hmm. And it came to pass,
read on,
when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, mm-hmm. and daughters were born unto them.
And daughters were what?
And daughters were born unto them.
And the daughters were born unto them. You understand? This is talking about the when men began to multiply on the face of the earth and the daughters were born unto them. You understand? This is talking about the other nations, how they were born and how they began to multiply. Read on, read verse 2.
Verse 2, that the sons of God.
That the sons of what?
That the sons of God.
When it says that the sons of God, is talking about Adam and his people and after him. You understand what I'm saying? Drop that. Give me Luke chapter 3, verse 38. Bubble for sure. Let me get there with you. Real quick. Luke chapter 3, verse 38.
So gone. This is the book of Luke, chapter 3, verse 38.
Uh-huh.
Which was the son of Enos.
Which was the son of Enos. Read on.
Which was the son of Seth.
Which was the son of Seth. Read on.
Which was the son of Adam.
Which was the son of Adam. And so it's going into genealogy of Adam. Read on.
Which was the son of God.
Which was the what?
Which was the son of God.
Which was the son of God. So when it says the son of God, it's talking about Adam. At this point, you understand the Most High is going to establish, is establishing Adam lineage to be the chosen people of the Most High. Read on. Read it, verse 2 again.
Verse 2 in Genesis?
Salaki, Genesis chapter 6, verse 2. Come
on. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 2. Mm-hmm. That the sons of God is talking about Adam and his people. You understand? In the next generation to come, even up until this very present day that we're living in. Why? Because when you look around, all you see, is interracial marriage. And if I may, no matter where you go nowadays, whether you on a subway, whether you on whether you're on your way to work or what have you, whether you're watching TV, you see an uprising of interracial activity amongst Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians. That's right. Like how it never ever been before. I cannot go on a train, right? I cannot go on a train. I use the subway transportation. I cannot go on a train And every other single billboard is interracial relationship. It's either with a black man with a white woman, or a white woman or a white woman with a black man. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's crammed in our face, crazy. You understand? Just TV, every other show, every program is either a interracial relationship amongst Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians. You understand? And this is what the Most High hates. It is against the Most High God, and we're going to read it. Read on.
Don't come. That day, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men.
Saw the what?
Saw the daughters of men.
The daughters of men is talking about the other nations. So we looked and we saw these other daughters of men. We looked and we saw the other nations and their daughters. Read on.
That they were fair.
That they were what?
That they were fair.
That they were fair. You understand? Understand, Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indian. At one point in time, you know, like within the 40s and the 50s, you understand? There wasn't hardly any Black, Hispanic, or Native North American Indian on television. Right? Until probably the 60s, the mid 60s, going into the 70s, when we just basically, we was on their media on television. You understand? So before that, white people was depicted as, you understand, like they was the only desirable thing to watch on television. You understand? So our people, our brothers and sisters, we envy this. You understand? That's what the scripture says: envy not the oppressor.
Right.
You understand? Can you imagine? You not seeing your own kind on television.
Right.
Every day you watching a damn Brady Bunch. Ain't no Black people in here. There's no Cosby. You understand? There's no Martin Lawrence. There's no what's another? There's no Jeffersons. There's no Good Times.
Right.
But you're looking at goddamn Archie Bunker races. You watch all in the family, Archie Bunker races and the Brady Bunch. You understand? And as you seeing this, you understand, we get the envy of these people. You understand? And you got gradually, you have Black men that look at white women a certain way more than they do their Black women, because what? Because they on the mainstream. They being elevated as beautiful.
Right.
You understand? And as glorious. So that's what was going on here in these scriptures. You know.
And they took them wives.
And they what?
And they took them wives.
And they took the wives. You understand? So the sons of God, you understand? They started to lust after these other nations. You understand? And they took them wives. You understand? And the only way to get a wife is if you have sex with a woman. You understand? Sex is marriage. Read on.
Of all which they choose.
Of what?
Of all which they choose.
Of all which they choose. You understand? So what? So it was easy pickings for them. You understand? Whatever they lusted after, you understand? Whatever other nation that lusted after, they took them wives. The sons of God had interracial relationship, sex, marriage with the other nations. Read on.
Verse 3. And the Most High said,
read on,
my spirit shall not always strive with men.
Read on.
For that he is also flesh.
Read on.
Yet his days shall be 120 years.
Right, and the Most High said, he shall not strive with men. And as we continually sin, you understand, the Most High made our days more or less on earth. You have brothers like Methuselah who lived like about 900 and something years old. You understand? We live like hundreds and hundreds of years, but through our sin, our disobedience against the Most High diminished our days on the earth. Like when you read these scriptures, you understand the men, the prophets, you understand they have very long years on earth. You understand the average brother or sister, have what, about 60? In this type of environment, that if you're not keeping yourself healthy, well, we know all issues of death belong to the Most High first and foremost.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But however, you maintain your health, you could probably live a little longer than anybody else who's not living a good, healthy life. You understand? If you're on drugs, you're smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, expect not to live very long. You understand what I'm saying? But if you're following the Lord's statutes and commandments, you understand, the Most High said that this prolongs your life, following the Lord's statutes and commandments.
Right.
But however, the Most High is saying, read that again. That piece up again.
The book of Genesis chapter 6 verse 3. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man.
Yeah, the Most High is not going to always fight with man, trying to get man right. You understand? Trying to get man, the sons of man, his chosen people to follow these Lord's statutes and commandments. Read on.
For that he also is flesh.
Read on.
Yet his days shall be 120 years.
And his days shall be 120 years. Understand this, when the Most High made Adam, Adam was in a state like an angel. You understand? He had power. You understand? He had height, he had power. The Most High took all of that away from us because of our sins.
Right.
You know, back in the day, we used to run as fast as deer. You understand? All of these superhero movies that you see of these supernatural powers, you understand? The Most High gave it to us, but the Most High took it away because of our disobedience. And what did Christ say? Christ, I'm paraphrasing, Christ said something to the extent where he said, well, you know, if you can, you could add some height to yourself. If I may, you don't have to get it now, I'm paraphrasing, we could go back later. You understand? But the Most High, but Christ said something like, you know, it's nothing for you to add some height to yourself. Like as if you was a short brother, you understand, with spiritual, you know, you could gain a little height. But the Most High took all that away from us. Read on.
Verse 4. Mm-hmm. There were giants in the earth in those days.
There were what?
There were giants in the earth in those days.
Right now, though, your Christian pastor has this a misunderstanding of this scripture. Giants is not talking about little giants. You understand, like 10 feet tall people. You understand? This is not the giants that it's talking about. Read that again.
Come. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days.
There were what?
There were giants in the earth in those days.
There were giants in the earth in those days. When it says giants, it's talking about people of high stature.
Right.
You understand? People of high stature due to interracial marriages. Prime example. You understand? Who's one of the most known, renowned reggae artists on the face of the earth? Even though he's dead.
Bob Marley, sir.
Bob Marley. You understand? But guess what? Was Bob Marley an Israelite?
No,
Bob Marley was not an Israelite. You understand? Salaki, I'm sorry, you know, I may be breaking you bending my brother's heart. You understand? For those who's tuning in for the very first time, but Bob Marley is not a brother. You understand? Right. He is a white man. He's the oppressor.
Right.
You understand why? Because his mother had sex with that oppressor. You understand? And thus Bob Marley was created. Bob Marley is not a black man. You understand? Him and his seed line and Ziggy Marley and Nesta and Robin and all of them, they're all Edomites.
Right.
You understand? Even when it comes down to us, not to get off trade, but even when it comes down to Lauryn Hill's children, because she married one of those Edomites.
Right.
You understand? So this Giants is talking about people of high stature, just like how you have T and Tamara. You understand? They're not sisters, they're Edomites. You understand? Just like how you have what's that sister? Diana Ross' daughter, Tracy Ella Ross. She's an Edomite because Diana Ross got with an oppressor.
Right.
You understand? So you got a bunch of, what always look black is not black. You understand? The Most High's not dealing with color. He's dealing with seed line. You understand? Somebody could look like Bill Clinton. I hate to use this as an example, but somebody could look like Bill Clinton. He can still be a brother because it's not about skin color. It's about the seed line. Right. You understand what I'm saying? A black man could get with this is unlawful. You have black men that make marriage and have children with white women, and the baby might come out with more white genes than the father.
That's Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin, right? You understand? Run that down.
Right. Blake Griffin's father, he's a brother.
Right.
His mother's an Edomite.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at Blake, he looked like a corn-fed white boy.
Right.
But even his children are light.
Mm-hmm.
And they Judites.
Right. You understand? And this is the stuff that our brothers, Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indian brothers and sisters lust after. You understand why? Because we've been taught that white was great. Right. We've been taught that white is white is the best thing on earth, whereas we tend to look over our own people. Give me that scripture. Job 9:24. What is that? Job 9:24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. with you. Or is it Judges?
That's Job 9:24.
Come. Why you getting that? Because you got to understand, Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians, in this captivity that we're living in, you understand? Just in the late 60s and 70s is when, you know, we started dominating the television and the entertainment business, and now we started looking amongst each other more. But before that, it was all white. You understand? We looked up to them. They were the Miss Americas. You understand? They were the Elvis Presleys and whatnot, who bit off of other brothers and sisters. You understand? But they took the credit. You understand? You got that?
Concert. It's the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The Bible is saying that the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Who's ruling? You understand? Your oppressor is ruling shit right now. You understand? He's calling all the shots on earth. Read on.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. You understand? Who are the judges? The judges is the Most High, Christ, the angels, and the Israelites. You understand? And anything that was, and anything on the side of that, on the side of that, anything that was historic and heroic in our history, he covers it as himself. Right. Just like the King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, you understand? All them brothers and sisters during the Middle Ages, you understand? They were all black men, Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indian men. Yeah, right. You understand? But through time of us being conquered by our enemies for the lack of being obedient to the Most High, he's able to get these records and portray himself as those heroic and historic people. Right. You understand? That's why we have a down concept on each other, that we're nothing. But in reality, you understand, we are the greatest people that ever lived.
Yeah, right.
We don't need the other nations. We don't need to make marriages with the other nations. We don't. Drop that. You could drop that. We could go back to Genesis. For sure. Pull out the verse.
Come on. The book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 4. Mm-hmm. There were giants in the earth in those days.
Yeah, there were giants on the earth. So these giants is not talking about little giants, 10 feet tall people. You understand? Because they got this movie out that they made a couple years ago. What was it? Noah.
Concert.
I think Noah with the Edomite. Concert. And they had like tree-like giants. You understand? That talk to what? All of that is nonsense. You understand? The Bible is not about of hocus pocus and fairy tales. And that's not what the Bible is about. The giants is talking about men of well-known men. Read on.
Go concert. And also after that,
read on.
When the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men.
And when the sons of God came unto the daughters of men, so we made marriages with these other heathens, the daughters of these other heathens. You understand? We had sex with them, interracial marriage, you know.
And they bare children to them.
And they bare children, you know.
The same became mighty men.
The same became what?
The same became mighty men.
The same became mighty men. Understand? Just like how you have it. You understand? You have your Bob Marleys, your Tia Tamaras, you understand? Your interracial relationships, your Tracy Ellis Ross.
Right.
You understand? Your who else? Nipsey Hussle, he was a straight African, right? He was in you understand what I'm saying? But our people began to look up to these other nations. Read on.
Which were of old.
Read on.
Men of renown.
Men of what?
Men of renown.
Men of renown, just like how I mentioned. Read on.
Verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of men was great in the earth.
Right, that the wickedness of men was great on the earth due to this interracial, you understand, marriages that we partook of. Read on.
And that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart were only evil.
Right, because we didn't want to listen to the Lord's statutes commandments. You understand what I'm saying? The Most High gave Adam his people. You understand? Where you think Adam got Eve from? You understand? Adam didn't go to another nation to get Eve, right? Salakia, drop that.
Drop that. Give me Genesis chapter 2, verse 23, Baba Show. Genesis chapter 2, verse 23.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 23.
God.
And Adam said, this is now bone of my bone.
This is now what?
Bone of my bone.
This is now bone of my bone, you know.
And flesh of my flesh.
And flesh of my flesh. You understand? This is talking about, you understand? This when the scripture is talking about right here, it's talking about Eve, you understand? It's meaning that Eve was a cousin to Adam. You understand? And he didn't go out to another nation to get a wife. You understand? At this time, the Most High was still establishing, you know, the seed line of Adam. So back then we would deal with a cousin. You understand? Not like today. You understand? We don't do incest. The Bible is against incest. You understand? Well, rather the Most High made the whole 12 tribes of Israel now, so we can freely get whatever tribe we want to get with. You understand? You don't have to go to your cousin. You understand? The Most High had to do that to keep the blood pure. You know.
She shall be called woman.
She shall be called what?
She shall be called woman.
Read on.
Because she was taken out of man.
Because she was taken out of man. It's talking about Eve came from the seed line. You understand? Another family member of Adam. Drop that. Drop that. Give me let's go back to Genesis chapter 6 and 5. Be 5 again. No, be 6.
Hold on. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 6. And it repented the Most High.
And it what?
And it repented the Most High.
You know?
That he.
And it repented the Most High. You understand? It grieved the Most High that he on the earth, because now you understand. Now the Son of God is mingling with the sons of man. The Most High didn't intentionally make that. Read on.
Come. And it grieved him at his heart.
And it grieved the Most High. Read on.
Verse 7.
No, you could drop that now. Give me hold on. Oh, Salaki, read verse 7. That's important.
Come. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 6, and verse 7.
Read on.
And the Most High said, I will destroy men.
And the Most High what?
And the Most High said, I will destroy man.
And the Most High said he will destroy man. Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians, you understand, who partake in interracial relationships. Understand that at one point in time, you understand, the Most High literally destroyed man because of this. Right. You understand? But, you know, nowadays, you know, we got like Captain Tazariak said, you know, the black man is notorious for going outside his race. You understand? And dealing with the other nations. You understand? You got so many black men that get put on by whether entertainment and music business, and they tend to drop the black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indian. The same women that's struggling in their neighborhood. You understand? Kanye, he come from Chicago. You understand what he get? He got with an oppressor, the Kardashians. You understand? This is an ongoing thing amongst black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians, where we go outside our race. And then according to the Bible, you understand that that's being a traitor when you step outside your race and mingle with the other nations. Read on.
Come. Whom I have created.
Read on.
From the face of the earth, both man and beast.
So the Most High is going to destroy both man and beast. Read on.
And the creeping thing.
Read on.
And the fowls of the air.
And even the birds and the fowls of the air. Read on.
For it repenteth me that I have made them.
That it repenteth the Most High that I have made them. Why? Because of this interracial marriage. You understand? You want to know why the Lord created the flood? It's because due to interracial marriage.
That's right.
However, just about what? Damn nearly a month ago, we had a heavy rainstorm here in New York, within the city of New York. And we couldn't hardly take all that water.
Right.
You understand? But can you just imagine how the Most High made, you know what I'm saying, created the earth, you understand? And he had created the flood to destroy everything that was on it. You understand what I'm saying? Read. Salaki, drop that. Give me Genesis. Let's see what Genesis chapter Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 3 and start at verse 1. Salakia. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1. Baruch Shem.
Deuteronomy 3 and 1?
7 and 1. Baruch Shem. Salakia.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 1.
You know.
When the Most High thy power shall bring thee into the land, whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations.
Cast out many nations,
before thee, the Hittites.
Hittites. Now these are all, what you're about to read is all heathens. You understand? They are non-Israelites,
The Hittites. And the Girgashites. And the Amorites. And the Canaanites.
All these is African nations,
and the Perizzites. And the Hivites. And the Jebusites. 7 nations greater and mightier than thou.
Go to verse 2.
Verse 2. And when the Most High thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them.
So basically, this is when we went to war against these other nations. The Most High has given us instructions. You understand? These nations are mighty and more stronger than us, but the Most High is going to give us power to destroy them and smite them. But this is what the Most High wants us to do. You understand? After we smite them,
and utterly destroy them.
He wants us to utterly destroy them.
Thou shalt make no covenant with them.
We shall make no promises or no leagues with them.
Nor show mercy unto them.
Or show mercy unto them.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Wait a minute. This is a commandment of the Most High God. You understand? And he's commanding Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians, the children of Israel, after you defeated these other nations, you understand? After you've defeated these other nations, not to make covenants with them, not to make mercy, not to have mercy with them. You want us to utterly destroy them. And what else?
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
And you don't want us to make marriages with them. You don't want us to mingle with the other nations, have sex with the other nations, have interracial marriage with the other nations. After the Most High told us that we should utterly destroy them and show no mercy with them.
Right. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Yeah, you're not supposed to give your daughter. You understand? You're not supposed to give your daughter until the other nations, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. You understand what I'm saying? We have so many brothers and sisters that give themselves over to the other nations. You understand? Tina Turner, what Tina, you know what I'm saying? What Slocket? What I did to Turner to Tina was wrong. You understand? We don't condone violence against your wife, likewise husband,
right.
Wife, husband. You understand? But after that, she was so distraught that she got herself a white man. You understand? We're not supposed to mingle with the other nations.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Nor his daughter shall they take to their son. You understand? So their daughter is not supposed to be coming up on our sons. Our sons is not supposed to be dealing with white women, dealing with African women, dealing with Arab women, and dealing with Asian women. You understand? For some reason, brothers is fascinated with the Asian chinky eyes. You understand? Hey, listen. Get yourself a hood sister. You understand? A sister that's in the ghettos, the barrios, and the reservations. You understand? They need you more. Right. They can relate to you more.
Right.
You understand? Becky can't relate to you.
Nope.
You understand? You want a hard day's work and your boss giving you hell and affliction. You understand? And calling you nigga all in your face. You can't go home to Becky and say, yo, Becky, my boss called me a nigga. Becky can't relate to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But guess what? And Becky mind, she's going to say, you know what? Yeah, you and your people are a bunch of niggas. Salakia, that's how they think.
Right.
You understand? And so it's just the myth. You understand? The other nations wanted to be with us because of the myth. You understand? Because we're Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indian. And their lust. They don't love us.
Right.
They can never relate to us. Salakia, if I may, like it says in Psalms chapter 147, verse 19 and 20, they have not known the judgments of the Lord.
Right.
You understand? They can't relate to you. They can't relate to you being oppressed. You understand? You shot up in the streets. When the last time, you understand, Johnny Boy got shot up by police officers, got tased by police officers? When the last time an Asian got stopped and pulled over and harassed by a police officer or an African? They can't relate to us. These things that we go through, we could relate amongst each other, but not the other nations.
Right.
Interracial relationship is not allowed in the nation of Israel. Read on.
Yeah, right. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me.
For they shall do what?
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
Yeah, guess what? When you get a stinking, filthy, disgusting white woman, you understand? Like vice versa, if a sister get a white man, you understand? You're gonna start to adopt their culture and their ways and their filthy, disgusting habits and the way they're living. You understand? At one point in time, you never ate raw meat. Now you eating raw meat.
Right.
You understand? You're doing all filthy, disgusting, all types of orgies and things like that. Why? Because these things stem from the other cultures. Remember, the Most High gave us a holy culture. The Most High made us to be separate. We're supposed to be separate amongst the other nations. But when you dab into somebody, when you dab into the Asian culture, you understand, you marry somebody that's Asian, you're gonna start worshiping Buddha. You understand? You're gonna start putting on them Oriental garments on and whatnot, just to please your wife or your husband. Just like you marry an African. A lot of Benjamites, you understand, they seen them songs of Zion about getting a Nubian woman, you understand? Ethiopian, my Nubian Ethiopian queen and stuff like that. First of all, half of the Benjamites already have Benjamite women, but yet you're still praising Ethiopian women. You understand? And for those who get with the Ethiopian women, then that's what? Now you're gonna start wearing all sorts of kente clothes. You understand? And following and eating their abominable foods and breaking the Lord's statutes, commandments.
Right.
Read on. Where we at?
It's in the middle of verse 4.
Come.
That they may serve other gods.
That they may what?
That they may serve other gods.
That you might serve other gods. You understand? You're gonna get with that East Indian women. Guess what? You're gonna be smoking. You're gonna be worshiping Shiva. You're gonna be smoking weed. Next thing you know, she's gonna try to convince you to put dreads in your hair. Now you're following the East Indian customs and their philosophies. Read that again.
That they may serve other gods.
That they may serve other gods. And this is the only thing that it leads to. When you date outside your race, Black, Hispanic, and North American Indians, you understand, you're going to be persuaded to serve other gods. You understand? Just like how we born here in this captivity. We are learned to what? Follow Thanksgiving. Salaki, we're here to follow Thanksgiving, celebrate Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day. Hell, most of us even worship our own birthdays. You understand? We learned this from the other nations. What much more being married to them? What more else you gonna learn? Every single filthy, disgusting way of their life and their culture. Right? Read on.
So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
And destroy thee suddenly. You understand? We all know that story of what happened with the brother that was found in a tent with the heathen. Y'all remember me? Who was that?
That was Frank. That was Phoenix.
That was Phoenix, right?
Phoenix, yeah.
You understand? They got a jabbing and thrown in the back. You understand why he was on top of his woman? Because he wrought sin against Israel. You understand? The Most High's anger will kindle when Black, Hispanic, and North American Indian man mix outside their race. Any more on that?
That was the end of that verse.
No, we don't Bible show.
Come. This is verse 5. Mm-hmm. But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars.
But Salakia, verse 5 saying, but thus shall ye deal with them. So the Most High is going to give instruction on how to deal with them. Should we make marriages with them? Should we love them? Should we take them in? Should we show mercy upon them? Should we have covenants and promises with them? Now, this is what the Most High wants us to do, after we destroyed them and defeated them in war,
But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars.
Ye shall do what?
Destroy their altars.
Hey, listen, go inside their altars and break every single Buddhist statue that you can find. Go inside their altars and tear down every single Caesar Borgia, you understand, statue, picture, Lucretia that you can find. You understand? Of course, we can't do that now because that would be vandalism. But this is what the Most High instructed us to do back in the ancient days. You understand? Now you can do that. Now you cannot go to Christian church. You understand? You want to destroy their images? Don't follow their cultures. You understand? Don't follow their religions. Don't go into the churches in a Islam Muslim mosque. You understand? That's how you tear down their groves. Today's term speaking. You understand? But back then, the men of war, the men of Israel, we was commanded by the Most High to go up in these people's these to tear down their altars. Read on.
And break down their images.
And break down their images. Read on.
And cut down their groves.
Read on.
And burn their graven images with fire.
And burn their graven images with fire. You understand? It's not talking about literally, not talking about burn down something because you don't want to be charged. You understand? But however, you got to understand that Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians, some of us didn't know while out in the world. You understand? While we're out in the world, we didn't know these things. You understand? But for the brothers and sisters that's out there that's listening and coming into the I.S.U.P.K. and learning under Commander General YAHANNA, understand this. If you're married to a heathen, you still got to be married to that heathen because the Most High is not with divorce. Right. He's not. You can't divorce. So we're going to go into these scriptures a little bit later. You understand? But you cannot divorce that. So, for example, brother, if there's a brother out there that's married to a white woman or an Asian woman or African woman, you understand? You still got to love her. You still got to, you still got to watch her. You still got to provide for her because that's your wife. You understand? You cannot divorce her now because you're into the truth. But what you can do now is come into the truth and learn these laws, statutes, commandments. You understand? Hey, maybe she won't, maybe she won't agree with you. Maybe she'll leave you. You understand? But guess what? You cannot leave her. And we're going to get into these scriptures. Same like with the sisters. A lot of sisters married outside their nation. You understand? There may be, a few sisters that's in this truth that have a husband of another nation. You understand? But what you do, what your job is to do is you continuously come into the school, learn these, look at these classes and follow the law, statutes, commandments. Right? Read on.
Verse 6. For thou art in holy people.
For thou art what?
For thou art in holy people.
The Most High said, but thou art in holy people. You understand? We are holy people unto the Most High God. What does holy mean? Holy means to be separate, to be set apart amongst the other nations. So if the Most High is telling us that we have to be separate, what are we doing having interracial relationships with the other nations? When the Most High told us to be separate, to be set apart. We can't mingle. We can't deal with these other nations. The Most High just gave us the instructions to tear down their altars, you understand, to break down their images and their pictures. The Most High told us to show no mercy to them. So why are we giving our love to them? Read on.
But thou art in holy people.
But thou art in holy people, or separate people. Read on. And this holy selected. And to the Christians, this holy is not talking about, you understand, banging tambourine, having a fit and shucking and jiving and dancing up and down the aisles. You understand? Holy means separate, to be set apart, to be speaking in tongues. That's not what holy means. Read on.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto what?
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Most High, your creator, your power. You understand? Because the Most High God is for the Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians. That's our God.
Damn right.
Read on.
The Lord thy God have chosen thee.
Have what?
Have chosen thee.
The Most High God have chosen thee. Remember when we just read in the beginning of this chapter that these other nations were more mightier than us. But yet the Most High have chosen us to be his chosen people. Read on.
To be a special people.
To be a what?
To be a special people.
To be a special people. You understand? You know what it is to be special? You understand? You're highly favored, to show favoritism to. You understand? To look as the best, to be put upon this earth, to be the best. Read on.
Unto himself.
Unto himself. You understand? Wherever we're not desired, Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians, the Most High finds us special to himself. You understand? We're desired by the Most High, not the other nations. Read on.
Above all people.
What?
Above all people.
We are above the other nations. You understand? So Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians, no matter what you're going through, you understand? We're in poverty. You understand? We got abortion clinics in our neighborhood. We got gang violence, drugs. You understand? We're oppressed. You understand? The police, they lock us up. They pull us over, harass us, and tase us, and lock us up. You understand? There's black and black crime that's going on. We can fix that amongst each other.
Right.
You understand? But the Most High said what? Read that again.
Above all people.
Even though we're going through these situations, we are above all people. You understand? We above the white man. We above the Africans, the Asians, the Arabs, the East Indians. Read on. Any more of that?
That are upon the face of the earth.
That are upon the face of the earth. In any other nation, you understand? We are upon the face of the earth. Drop that. Drop that. Give me 1 Kings 11 verse 1, Baba Bashar.
Come.
1 Kings 11 and 1. Let me get there with you.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women.
Right.
Together with the daughter of Pharaoh.
Read that again, Baba Bashar.
But this is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 11 and verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women.
Right.
Together with the daughter of Pharaoh.
But King Solomon loved strange women. Together with the daughter of Pharaoh. You understand? So now we're going to go into Solomon and how he loved strange women. You understand now how his downfall was the result of interracial marriage. Read that from the top, over sure.
Come. But King Solomon loved many strange women.
But King Solomon loved many strange women. When it means strange women, what is this talking about?
You're talking about women that are not in his nation, women outside of his race.
Right, women that's outside of his race. You understand? Women that are not that are non-Israelites.
That's right.
You understand? Women, and guess what? The Bible says that there's nothing new under the sun. The same King Solomon is going through is the same thing that Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indian brothers and sisters is going through to this day.
Right.
You understand? Loving the other nations, caring for the other nations. You understand? Look at what happened with the Serena Williams.
Right.
You understand? Serena and Venus Williams. You understand? These sisters had a very strong Black father. You understand? Who, through his blood shedding tears, is the reason why they're known today. You understand? And there's many situations where their father, I'm talking about the Williams sisters, the famous tennis playing sisters.
Right.
There's many instances where you would see the father, right? They would do an interview with the Venus sisters, with the Williams sisters, and the reporter might try to ask them a question to make them not so confident about themselves. And the father would literally stop the camera and we're like, hey, what you doing? You understand? I'll raise these women, I'll raise my girls up to be confident in the way they are now. You understand? And guess what? This brother was against white people. You understand? He didn't like white people because of how this society portrayed us.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So he would fight for his daughters. Come to find out that what? Later on, that they ended up marrying white men, both of them. You understand? Even had children. One of them, I forgot, what is it? Serena. Serena had a baby with a white man. You understand? After all the struggle that their father put up with prejudiceness of their daughters making into the field of tennis. You understand? They betrayed their father. Read on.
Damn right. But King Solomon loved many strange women.
Read on.
Together with the daughter of Pharaoh.
Together with what?
Together with the daughter of Pharaoh.
So he loved the daughters of Pharaoh. You understand? The Egyptians. Read on. The Africans. Read on.
Women of Moabites.
Women of Moabites which is the Chinese. Salaki. I don't understand how a brother or sister would love. Think Chinese to be so desirous. You understand? Listen, the pangolin, they ate the pangolin which bore on this coronavirus, which we all know ultimately the Most High is behind is the creator, you understand, of all plagues. You understand? But just look out their dietary system. They stuff anything in their mouth. You understand? Why would you want to deal with a nation that that's like that. You understand? Read on.
The Ammonites.
The Ammonites was the Japanese.
Edomites.
What?
Edomites.
What?
Edomites.
Edomites. You understand? Which is the white man. Salakia, right there. It's telling you that King Solomon loved him some white women.
Right.
Right here in the Bible. You understand? That he loved himself some white women. You understand? Your today's Miss America woman is your present cave dweller. You understand? Why are you saying Miss America and you praising a white man, Salaki, you praising a white woman like she's all special and holy and righteous and she's virgin. You understand? Guess what? She was a cave dweller. You understand? She's a filthy, disgusting beast. But guess what? King Solomon, he loved white women. Just like how OJ did. Just like how Bill Cosby did. You understand? Read on. Just like Kanye loved white women. And all these your famous, prestigious rappers and actors. You understand? Forsaken left the black woman. When she's struggling, just like how your mama was struggling. Just like how your grandmother was struggling. You understand? Back in the day, we didn't leave our women. We loved our women. That's what I'm saying?
She's struggling just how you were struggling before the person gave you some crumbs.
Exactly. You understand? Now you don't know who you are.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
Sidonians.
Sidonians, read on.
And Hittites.
And Hittites. I don't know what Sidonians is like, but Hittites is Africans. Read on.
Verse 2. Of the nations concerning which the Most High said unto Israel.
Read on.
Ye shall not go into them.
No, you shall marry them.
Ye shall not go into them.
You shall have friendships with them.
Ye shall not go into them.
Show love, mercy, and compassion towards them.
Ye shall not go into them.
Ye shall not go into them. Then we just read that in Deuteronomy.
Come.
We just read that in Deuteronomy. But here, guess what? King Solomon is breaking the law on that. You understand? The Most High said that we shall not go in unto them. You understand? We should not take them as husband and wives. That's against the Most High. You understand? The Most High made us 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? There's no reason why you should go outside your race looking for a husband or wife. You understand what I'm saying? You got 12 flavors. You got the Negroes all the way down to the Mexicans. You understand? Ain't nobody cook Salaki. Ain't nobody cook potato salad like a black woman. Salaki. You understand what I'm saying? Mom Dukes know how to throw down. You go into the white man, you know, they put raisins in their goddamn potato. Who the hell puts raisins in a potato salad? You understand? Chicken tasting like water. You know what I'm saying? Come on, give me a break. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself a Mexican sister. Get yourself some tacos. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they just good for cooking food, you understand? But guess what? Mexicans, West Indians, Haitians, you understand, brothers and sisters, you know, we're a mighty tribe. You understand? With all kinds of flavors. Christ said, you are the salt of the earth. We are the salt of the earth. You understand? We can't add flavor to the other nations. Let's mingle all that flavor amongst each other. You understand? Create more flavors. Read on.
Sir. Neither shall they come in unto you.
Neither shall what?
Neither shall they come in unto you.
Yeah, you're not supposed to let them come into us. You understand? Hey, listen. I remember, you know, because guess what? The other nations, they have all types of schemes. They don't really love you, black women, Hispanic women, Native North American Indian women. Those who be letting those other heathens, and they don't love you. Understand? They have a whole gimmick and a plan to get whatever you can get from you, suck you up dry, just as the men too. You understand? Remember the Good Times? The show Good Times, right? And this is a known fact that African men, the exchange students, they come down here, you understand, to America and pray for Judite women. You understand? They pray after Judite women to get established, you understand, have children with them and leave them. You understand? And go back to their country and deal with their African women. You understand? Just like how I was so upset. Good Times with Thelma when they brought that African to date Thelma. Remember that? I don't know. You remember that? We around the same age. Do you remember, Salakia?
Thelma?
When
you said the African?
Yeah. Do you remember that, Salakia? Not to get off topic, but the Good Time, even Good Time showed you, understand, had an interracial scene with Thelma. And at that time, Thelma was the most gorgeous black woman on television.
Right,
Thelma
right,
from
right.
Good Times, you understand? But she hooked up with an African named eBay. You don't remember eBay? You understand what I'm saying? And this is what goes on, you understand? And eBay tried to get her, tried to marry her or whatnot. eBay told her, hey, listen, I got multiple wives back home.
Right.
But of course, Thelma wasn't with her because, she was Americanized or whatnot. But the whole thing is, you understand, these are the nations, you understand, they take advantage of it. When the scripture says, thou shalt not, what? Read that again.
Ye shall not go in unto them, neither shall they come in unto you.
Don't let them come in unto us. You understand what I'm saying? Don't let them come unto us. Weed them out. You understand? Because guess what? You have other brothers and sisters out here that's looking for love, just how you looking for. You understand? Because guess what? These other nations, they're just going to scheme on you, use up all your little bit of resource that you got, you understand, and give it to their people in their homeland. Read on.
For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods.
For what?
For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods.
For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. You understand? It's the same thing that's going on. You understand? The same thing that's going on. That had happened with Solomon. You want to know why the kingdom was split up? Because of what Solomon did. We're going to read it. Read on.
Solomon clave unto these in love.
Salaki, what verse you at?
This is at the end of verse 2.
Oh, read the middle precept again. Neither shall.
Come. This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 2 in the middle. Neither shall they come in unto you.
Neither shall they come into you. So like how you're not supposed to take them, you're not supposed to accept them. You're not supposed to receive them.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? When an African or a white man come in and talk about they want to date your daughter, Black, Hispanic, and Native North American fathers, you understand? You slam the door on their goddamn face.
Right.
And say, hell no. You understand? My daughter is going to stick with a Black, Hispanic, or Native North American Indian. You understand? Right. We're not going to be dealing with the other nations. We don't.
Come. For surely they will turn away your heart after their God.
And Salaki, if I may, not to get off topic, but so many stories I hear. You understand? This goes with mainly with the young Black sisters. You understand? Hispanic. We got to teach our sons and daughters. You understand? To see this Salaki. The Most High knows what He's doing. You understand? Like the scripture says, lean upon that in your own understanding. Most High gave us these instructions for a reason. How many stories we heard of sisters, of Black Hispanics and Native sisters, you understand, going to these armies, you understand, these services, these frat parties, and end up missing or dead. Right. You understand? The only Black girl at the party, she ended up at the bottom of a swimming pool. And nobody don't know what the hell happened to her. You understand? This is what goes on against Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians when they want to hang out with these other nations.
Damn right.
Not only make marriages, but don't be their friends. Don't show no mercy with them. Don't let them in. You understand? Yeah, the Most High said, guess what? The Most High said, if it be possible, be at peace with all men. You understand? We're not telling you be the tyrant. You understand? But you got to do what you got to do. You understand? You got to mingle around, your oppressor. You got to get things done in your job and school and whatnot. But nobody's forcing you to go to the bar with them or go to their parties with them or be friends with them. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Solomon clave unto these in love.
Solomon what?
Solomon clave unto these in love.
Right, he clave unto these in love. You understand? He loved these women so much. You understand that his heart started going after their gods.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 3. And he had 700 wives.
And he had what?
And he had 700 wives.
He had 700 wives. You understand? Some brothers can't even keep up with one wife. This brother had 700 wives. Read on.
Princesses.
Read on.
And 300 concubines.
Read on.
And his wives turned away his heart.
And his wives did what?
And his wives turned away his heart.
And his wives have turned away his heart. Now we're talking about King Solomon, which is a Black man. You understand? From the tribe of Judah, a so-called Negro. And remember when he first became king, he asked for what? What did he pray and ask the Most High for?
Well, wisdom and understanding?
Wisdom. You understand? So we're talking about the smartest man, right? You know, back then on the face of the earth. You understand? The most, he had wisdom. You understand? King Solomon could have asked for anything in the world, but he asked the Most High for wisdom. You understand? This is the man of wisdom that fell victim to serving other gods from the other nations. Why? Because he committed interracial relationships. He committed sin against the Most High God.
Damn right.
Read on.
Damn right. Verse 4. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods.
Right.
And his heart was not perfect.
And his what?
And his heart was not perfect.
Now, when it says his heart, it means what?
Sorry.
Now, when it says heart, it's talking about what? What does heart represent?
His mind, sir.
Right. Read that again, Bubble Show.
And his mind was not perfect.
And his mind was not perfect. You understand? He let all sorts of women then corrupt his mind, to where he started building groves and idols for these other women after their own other gods. Any more on that?
Come on, sir. Mm-hmm. Was not perfect with the Most High his power.
He was what?
Was not perfect with the Most High his power.
He was not perfect with the Most High his power. You understand? Because he sinned against the Most High. You understand? That's what this interracial relationship will do. And saying the Most High gave you a set of law, statutes, commandments to follow. When you go against the Most High and have interracial relationship with these other heathens, you're going to start cleaving to their way of living. Right. You're going to start cleaving to the African way of living. You're going to want to start putting on that kente cloth. You understand? And start taking urine baths. You understand what I'm saying? When you cleave into a white man, you're going to want to start following his Christianity. You understand? When you cleave into an Asian, you're going to want to start following Buddha. You understand? These are the things that the Most High said that he's against. Any more on that? Was that there in verse 7?
A little more. That's verse 4. As was the heart of David his father.
Read on. What verse you at?
Verse 5. It's the book of Kings, chapter 11, verse 5. First Kings, chapter 11, verse 5.
Read on.
For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians.
Salakia, read that again.
For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians.
What does that mean for Solomon went after? What does it mean to go after?
If I could, sir, he was following after what they was following after their customs.
Exactly, right. King Solomon started following. He stopped worshiping the Most High to follow after his wives' gods. Read on.
Come. And after Milcom, the abomination of the Amorites.
Read on.
Verse 6. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Most High, and went not fully after the Most High.
And went what?
And went not fully after the Most High.
And went not fully after the Most High. And how do you go fully after the Most High? By obeying what he said to do. Right. By listening to his, by following his laws, statutes. He gave us instructions. We in the book of 1 Kings. He gave us instructions back in Deuteronomy. Right. You understand? When we defeated these other nations, you understand, to not make marriage with them, to not have covenants with them, to show no mercy, to utterly destroy them, to not make marriages with them. You understand? But Solomon, in his age that he didn't follow the Most High. Read on.
Verse 7. Mm-hmm. As did David his father. Verse 7. Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab.
The what?
The abomination of Moab.
The abomination of Moab. Now, what does abomination mean?
If I could, sir, it's something the Lord finds disgusting and vile.
Right, a disrespect to the Most High.
Right.
You understand? This is disrespect for the Most High for King Solomon to build a temple and altar to these other nations, these Moabites, these Chinese. Read on.
In the hill that is before Jerusalem.
And not only that, but it's before Jerusalem. You understand? Our capital, our home. Read on.
And for Molech.
Read on.
The abomination of the children of Ammon.
For the abomination of the children of Ammon. You understand? So you see what following after these other nations would do? You understand? It'll make you go against your power. Drop that. I want to go to real quickly, if I could. Let's go to Tobit. Let's go to Tobit chapter 4, verse 12, real quickly.
Come on, sir. I got it.
Let me get there with you. Tobit, verse 12, from name Babu Bashir.
It's the book of Tobit in the Apocrypha, chapter 4, verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son.
So this is Tobit giving instructions to his son. We're in the book of Tobit. You understand? And he's saying what? Read that again.
Beware of all whoredom, my son.
Beware of all whoredom, my son. Isn't this land compassed with whoredom? You understand? This land is filled with whoredom. You understand? Sleeping with the other nations is whoredom. You understand? Pimping out a prostitute and your sister is whoredom. The Most High said, beware of all whoredom. Everything is what? Come. Read on.
Beware of all whoredom, my son.
Read on.
And chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
And Tobit is telling his son to do what?
And chiefly take a wife.
Take a what?
Take a wife.
Take a wife. Read on.
Of the seed.
Of the what?
Of the seed.
Of the what?
Of the seed.
Of the seed. You understand? Black, Hispanic, and Native, North American Indian to do with the seed. If you are of Negro, Hispanic, or Native descent, you are an Israelite according to the Most High God,
right,
according to these scriptures. You understand? And you are to take the seed of your father. You understand? If your father is Black, Hispanic, or Native, North American Indian, do the same thing. You understand? Take a seed from your fathers, whether it be from any other tribe, from the tribe of Benjamin all the way down to the Mexican. Make sure it's an Israelite. It don't have to be a tribe. You understand? You could be Judah. You could be Judah and love Levi or Asher. You understand? You could be an Israelite and love a Negro. You understand what I'm saying? We are a family. Yeah, the Most High said to stay within his family. And this is what Tobit knew the law. And he's giving the law to his son. Read that again. This is heavy. Because guess what? We are not taught that. You understand? We're not taught that. Our fathers haven't taught us that. Right. You understand? To stay out the way of Becky and Suzanne. You understand? And Karen. You understand? We wasn't taught that. But we was taught, whatever looks good, damn, a white girl with a black girl's butt? Damn. You understand? Brothers go crazy over that. Right. You understand? Read on.
This is the book of Tobit in the Apocrypha, chapter 4, verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
Of the seed of thy fathers. You understand? So Tobit is telling his son, take a wife, you understand, out of your own tribe. You understand? Read on. It doesn't necessarily mean, in today's perspective, and even back then, you know what I'm saying? You could, take a wife of any of the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? As long as it's in your nation. Read on.
And take not a strange woman to wife.
And take what?
And take not a strange woman to wife.
There go that word strange again. A strange. You understand? Just like how Solomon took to many strange women, right. Tobit is telling his son not to take to a strange woman, a non-Israelite woman. You understand? A woman who doesn't know our culture. A woman doesn't know our heritage. You understand? A woman that doesn't know our laws. And it goes to the same thing for sisters too. Black, Hispanic, and Native sisters. You understand? Stop mingling with these other nations. You understand? A Black, Hispanic, and Native man cannot love you. Salakia. Salakia. A white man cannot love you like how a black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indian man can.
That's right.
You understand? It doesn't matter. Guess what? We all poor. You understand? We all poverty. You understand? But guess what? We always made it happen. Even during slavery, we always made it happen. We felt filthy and disgusted when the oppressor would take our woman, you understand, and rape her. You understand? We hated that. Now we giving the oppressors leeway of doing that when we make interracial marriages. We used to be against that. You understand? The white woman used to come into our quarters and our slave quarters, you understand, and have her sexual pleasure way with us. Meanwhile, she's getting caught by the oppressor, and you know what the first thing she's going to do? He raped me. OJ, Bill Cosby, you understand? There are so many other brothers, brothers that got caught up in that. Stay away. That's the most I said. Stay away from them.
Damn right.
You know?
Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Which is not of thy father's tribe. You understand? Your father's kinsmen. People, nation. Nations mean race. Read on.
For we are the children of the prophets. Noah.
Of who?
Noah.
Of Noah. You understand? Even with that, Noah had 3 sons, right? Japheth, Ham, and Shem. You understand if I'm saying it in order? You understand? He had 3 sons. But which son is the Most High working with? Established.
With Shem.
With Shem. You understand? So guess what? For all you brothers out there that, all you brothers, all you sisters that look on Eskimos or Hawaiians as being his exotic and whatnot, they're not our people. I'm sorry. You understand? Japheth means beautiful people. You understand? Hawaiians, they have a look to them. You understand? They have a fair look to them, but however, they're not our people. You understand? Just like how Dwayne Johnson.
Right.
You understand? Rock's father. What's his name? Dwayne also?
I think so.
Dwayne Johnson, you understand what I'm saying? He took to a Hawaiian woman. You understand? He went outside his marriage while he could have had a black woman, Hispanic woman, Native North American women. But that Hawaiian looked so exotic to him that he had to get himself an Hawaiian woman. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Leave those women alone. They're not our women. They're oppressors just like the white men in the other nations. You know?
Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
So he's running down the lineage, you understand, of these men. Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand? The Most High's chosen people. You understand? Read on.
Remember, my son.
Forget.
Remember, my son.
You understand? We got to remember. You understand? Not always when you get put on, black man, you understand you have to run to a white woman. You understand? Or whatever happens, black woman, you understand, your man lost his job, he's in a hard time. What you gonna do? You gonna leave him and you're gonna go to an oppressor, you understand, who probably owns some kind of firm. You understand? Like Eve, the rapper Eve. Another one, Eve. You understand? She got with a white woman. She fooled us, Salakia. She fooled us. We thought she was down for the hood. We thought she was ghetto. You understand? We thought she was down for the ghetto, down for the black man. But look what happened. You understand what I'm saying? Rough, nah, man. She went to the hand of the oppressor. You understand? That's what I'm saying.
They took her in Hollywood, put her in movies.
Right. Exactly. She forgot where she came from.
Right.
She a race traitor.
Damn right.
You understand? And don't make them think, I'm still down with my root. Nah. You understand? Once you go outside your nation, you're a traitor. You're a traitor. You understand? Guess what? And this only doesn't go for Israel, but this goes for the other nations too. White man, when you step outside your race, you're a traitor to your own race. Stay with your race.
Right.
Stay with your filthy, disgusting race. We don't need you.
Damn right.
Stay to yourself. You understand? Get yourself a Becky. Leave our women alone. You understand? Because we need our women, and likewise, we need each other, black, Hispanic, and natives.
Damn right.
Where you at? Sloppy.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 12 in the middle.
Uh-huh.
Remember, my son.
What?
Remember, my son.
Read on.
That our fathers from the beginning.
From the what?
From the beginning.
From the beginning. You understand? Adam. You understand? Adam. You understand? He took himself a black woman. You understand? Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. You understand? Meaning that Eve was his kinsman. And the only reason why the Most High did it that way is because we had to still keep the blood pure. You understand? We wasn't like how we are now, the numbers of the sand of the sea. You don't have to get with a cousin. You understand? You could get with any other tribe within the nation. Read on.
Even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
Of their what?
Of their own kindred.
Of their own kindred, their own family, their own race of people. Read on.
And were blessed.
And were what?
And were blessed.
Read on.
In their children.
Read on.
And their seed shall inherit the land.
And their seed shall inherit the land. You understand? Only if we obey these laws, statutes, commandments. Drop that real quick before I go. I got quite a few more scriptures that I wanted to go into, but give me Joshua chapter 23 real quickly. Salakia. Joshua chapter 23, we're going to start at the first verse, Baba Kusha.
Come on, sir.
Matter of fact, no, verse 2. Time sake, got a few minutes.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 23, verse 2.
Now, we all know Joshua. Joshua, he was an Ephraimite. You understand? He was, he was what you call it, Protestant? He took over after Moses. Salaki. He took over after Moses, right? So now this is Joshua leading us. Read on.
Come. And it came to pass, Salaki. Book of Joshua, chapter 23, verse 2.
Come.
And Joshua called for all Israel.
Read on.
And for their elders, and for their heads, and for their judges.
Jump down to 3.
Verse 3. And ye have seen all that the Most High your power have done unto these nations.
Right. So basically, you understand, the children of Israel. You understand, we done went through the we done witnessed the Most High defeat the Egyptians for our sake. You understand? We're talking about the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? We went through battles. You understand? We saw what the Most High done for us, for Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians. Read on.
So, have done unto all these nations because of you.
Because of who?
Because of you.
Because of you, Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indian, man. You understand? That's why the Most High is creating the coronavirus. That's why the Most High is creating these storms, these earthquakes, these plagues, these tornadoes, and these earthquakes. You understand? Because of you. Read on.
For the Most High your God is he that hath fought for you.
And the Most High is fighting for us. Read on.
Verse 4. I have divided unto you by lot these nations that remain.
Read on.
To be an inheritance for your tribes from Jordan with all the nations that I have cut off, even unto the great sea westward.
Read on.
Verse 5. And the Most High your power, he shall expel them from before you and drive.
The Most High is going to get rid of these other nations from. He's going to give us these lands, and the Most High is going to take these nations and drive them away. Read on.
And ye shall possess their land.
And we're going to possess their lands. Read on.
As the Most High your power hath promised unto you.
Read on.
Verse 6. Be ye therefore very courageous.
Be what?
Be ye therefore very courageous.
Be there very courageous. You understand what we mean? Meaning no cowards. You understand? We don't allow cowards, no cowards in our camps. Be very courageous. Read on.
To keep and to do all that is written in the book of the law of Moses.
To follow these laws, statutes, commandments. You understand? It's a courageous thing for Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians to follow these laws, statutes, commandments, especially in this land that we live in.
Right.
You understand? You got a job and your boss is telling you to cut off your beard, but no, you're not going to cut off your beard. Why? Because it's against the scriptures.
Yeah, right.
You're not going to get a shaven, razored, bald head. You're not going to eat that pork, crab, lobster, and shrimp. You understand? You're not going to be a homosexual. You're not going to follow Christmas. You're not going to go to their Christmas parties. You're not going to go to their Thanksgiving parties. You're not going to go to their New Year's parties. You're not going to follow these things.
Yeah.
To follow these laws, statutes, commandments, you got to be very courageous. Why? Because the word is against the Most High God. Yeah. Not only other nations, but guess what? Your own people is against the Most High in these laws, statutes, commandments. Read on.
That ye turn not aside therefrom.
Read on.
To the right hand.
To the what?
To the right hand.
Read on.
Or to the left.
Yeah, you don't want to turn to the left, to the right. You want to stay on that right path. You understand that right path that the Most High put you on. Read on.
Verse 7. That ye come not among these nations.
Now read that again.
That ye come not among these nations.
That ye come not among these nations. You understand? Throughout the Bible, Most High always explains to us, you understand, not a part of these other nations. Do not come amongst these other nations. Read on.
These that remain amongst you.
Now listen, they come up against us. They come in against us, right? You got what? Gentrification, when they come in our neighborhoods and whatnot. You understand? But like Scripture says, if it be possible, be at peace with all men. What are you gonna do? You're gonna move out your building because Susan moving on the first floor? Nah, you understand? Leave her alone. Leave Becky alone. You understand? Nobody's telling you to not be polite. You understand? Not be respectful. You understand? But leave her alone. When Becky wants you to come over for a housewarming party, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. You understand? Leave her alone. Leave them alone. You don't have to come onto them. You know?
These that remain amongst you,
you know?
Neither make mention of their name of their gods.
Read on. Salakia, read that. Put out the verse you at.
Come. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 23, verse 7.
Read that from the top.
That ye come not among these nations.
Read on.
These that remain amongst you, neither make mention of the name of their God.
Yeah, the Most High don't want to hear Baal, Shiva, you understand, Caesar Borgias, you understand, Jesus Christ, you understand, these are gods of the other nations. Read on.
Nor cause to swear by them.
Read on.
Neither serve them.
Nor the what?
Neither serve them.
Read on.
Nor bow yourselves unto them.
Nor bow yourselves down to them. You understand? What do our brothers do? That's in brothers and sisters that do when they in Islam. They bow down to that rock. You know?
Verse 8. But cleave unto the Most High your power.
But cleave unto the Most High your power. You understand? What does it mean to cleave? Cleave means to listen, never let go.
Right.
You understand? Hold tight, hold firm. Listen to his law, statutes, and commandments. Listen to the instructions. You understand? If he raised up prophets and teachers of the Most High, which dwell in the I.S.U.P.K, listen to Commander General YAHANNA and the generals.
Yeah, right.
You understand? Because we watch over your souls, not the Christian pastor. Christian pastor bow down to that idol. You understand? Read on.
As ye have done.
Read on.
Unto this day.
Read on.
Verse 9. For the Most High have driven out from before you great nations and strong. But as for you, no man before you unto this day.
You know what's like?
Come. It's the book of Joshua, chapter 23 and verse 12. Else, if ye do in any wise go back and cleave unto the remnant of these nations.
And if you decide not to cleave unto the Most High and want to go to these other nations to cleave unto them, read on.
Even these that remain among you,
read on.
And shall make marriages with them.
And shall what?
And shall make marriages with them.
And shall make marriages with them. You want to go and you want to make marriages with these other nations, but the Most High told you not to go into them. Read on.
And make marriages with them and go into them and they into you.
Read on.
Verse 13. Know for certainty.
Now listen, this is what you have to know, Black, Hispanic, Native, North American, Indian. If you decide to go against the Most High and want to go into these interracial relationships, these marriages, this is what's going to happen. Read on.
Know for a certainty.
Know this for sure. Read on.
That the Most High, your power, will no more drive out any of these nations from before you.
All right, well then, if that's the case, if you want to be with them so bad, you want to love them so bad, you want to make covenants and and have mercy and love them and make marriages with them and have children and multiply with the other nations, well, guess what? The Most High is not going to fight for you, Black, Hispanic, and North American Indian man. You understand? Why are you sitting up there with all these claims of Becky? You understand? What they did with Bill Cosby? Who's that other dude? Bill Cosby and Salapia. Bill Cosby and OJ in the situation they got themselves into. Right. You understand? Guess what? The Most High wasn't with you when you was in that court. Yeah. Hey, listen. Whatever happened with them? Hey, according to the white man, if you found proven guilty, whatever, OJ, you understand? They say he didn't do it. You understand? That's the case. But guess what? He didn't have to go through that. He would never went through that in the first place if he would have left these white women alone. Yeah, right. You know.
But they shall be snared.
They shall be what?
They shall be snared.
Read on.
And traps unto you.
And traps unto you. You understand? I just read an article on Facebook that some Becky is trying to target Denzel Washington now. You understand? Denzel Washington now, he's being targeted. You understand? These are the things what happen, Black, Hispanic, and Native American. Where you don't want to let these other nations go. They're going to become a snare and a trap unto us. Right. For our downfall. Read on.
And scourges in your side.
Read on.
And thorns in your eye.
Read on.
Until ye perish from off of this good land.
Until you perish from off this good land. You know, until you rotten in jail. You know what I'm saying? You see, Bill Cosby, because they let him out. You understand? Most and OJ, you understand? Because, you know, he got off. But what about the other brothers and sisters that didn't get off? Right. What about brothers like Emmett Till? You understand? Who the oppressor, this woman lied. You understand? Saying that all these years she lied. Emmett Till never tried to holler at her. You understand? But these are the things that happens among us when we want to deal with them, when we want to go into their communities and neighborhoods and make friends and love them and take them in as husband and wives. Right. Any more on that?
A little more. Until ye perish from off of this good land.
Until ye what?
Until ye perish from off of this good land.
Until ye perish off of this good land. You understand? So let that be a lesson to you, Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians. The Most High God is against interracial marriages. You understand? It's a snare. You understand? It's a death trap to you. They will persuade you from not following the Most High law, statutes, commandments. It's impossible for you to follow God if you're with another heathen. You understand? Now, with the brothers and sisters that's just getting into this truth, it's possible. You understand? You just have to leave their ways and come and serve the Most High God. You understand? And with that, of course, it comes with great counseling. And if you're having trouble with your, you know, if you're married to another nation and you're having trouble, always get counsel. You understand? From your camp leader. You understand? We have the generals for that situation if you need help. You understand? But the whole thing is leave these other nations alone because, like it says in Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1, you know, they don't desire us. The Most High put us above the other nations. Right. You understand? Would you put yourself on a low pedestal because the other nations are? You understand? The Most High forbids that. And with that, I'm Priest and Officer Sha'al. I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Bakwasha Mark.
Clap it up for the class.